Josh Alexander. I don't want that anymore. And worked over by Brody King, but Alexander, rough body shots there, but he got that under his elbow.
Bingo.
That's right out of Idaho. That's how you break a hand. Big duck right there. Smart move by Josh.
And driving the shoulder into the post. Taz, Brody's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that shot, he brought it hard and he hit that ring post. You heard the ping on it.
Brody King, he's had issues with that hand before.
The thing is, Taz, sometimes with these big bruisers, there's not a lot between the ears, if you know what I mean. They operate on emotion. Josh Alexander operates from an intellectual capacity.
Well, to that point, you just said, I mean, Alexander broke the count, so referee Bryce Runsberg did not count him out. But he's paying for it on the outside. I really love all the big, tall guys that have
Brody spiking Alexander on top of the barricade. A thudding chop.
Quit the business chop right there.
I wish you would, Don.
Brody King now with the advantage here. Just stalking Alexander. Yeah, Josh Alexander trying to put some distance between himself and his aggressor.
Good luck. Yeah, you don't want this guy coming after Big Brody.
He's getting Brody all time now. Immediately clutching that hand. Some damage done by the ring post.
Definitely, dude. Definitely.
Brody returns Alexander to the ring. Alexander, though, the high boot into the jaw. Fans, special programming note for Collision this weekend on Saturday. Collision will air coast to coast at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Whoa! Immediately following Game 6 of the NBA playoffs on TNT. And at Collision, we will see the other two qualifying matches, Claudio Castagnoli, Commander, and Master Andrade versus Hechicero as Brody King. The momentum cut off there by Josh Alexander. Watch it follow up now. Oh, DDT!
Great job.
King at first into that ring apron.
Great technical prowess there, Taz.
That definitely was. I agree with you, Don. That was awesome by Alexander. Very unique way to hit that on the apron.
Oh, baby.
Showing that confidence, saying, let's play the chop game.
Little payback there by Alexander, who now the body block sending Brody King smashing to the floor.
I mean, Josh Alexander, a lot of experience, been around a long time, right? So you'll see in his experience, his confidence, his ability on a man who's gigantic and dangerous in Brody.
Josh Alexander is a guy who's not intimidated by size because he knows he has the technique to take Brody off his feet, to make Brody hurt.
Now, wrapping the left hand around the ring post, Ian. Absolutely. Everything with Alexander is layers. He's building move upon move, Taz. He's got the advantage. Can he take it across the finish line and qualify for next week?
Well, possibly, right? But you see the fight that's in Big Brody. He just keeps on bringing it. As is, you got to do what Josh Alexander's doing. Just keep that heat on the man. Just stay on him.
I think, Taz, the thing he needs to do now, he's caused some damage. Now you need to get him off his feet and stretch him.
Josh Alexander with momentum. Fans, don't go anywhere because this match continues on TBS and Max. Brody's hurting right now. That shoulder, man.
Yeah, he's definitely hurting. Ref is checking him. You say, Josh, take him in the ring, put him on the mat and stretch him. That's what you said, right there.
I have requested the sugar hold tonight, Taz, and the stump puller.
You know how to do a sugar hold yourself?
Of course, I had it done to me.
Yeah, you might have it done to you later on tonight, too. You never know. But let's see at the ball.
Oh, and it's Alexander driving the heel of that boot. Again, some of the involuntary movement, perhaps the pins and needles as Brody King trying to get that movement going again, Taz.
Yeah, no, he is. But again, I love the relentlessness, the experience of Alexander to stay on him. But man, knock his headgear off to Brody.
Yeah, you don't see impact that hard. It tells you how hard King hits.
It's rare, I think, gentlemen, where you see Brody King in this position in a wrestling match. That's a testament to the greatest Canadian of all time, Josh Alexander.
I think you're right. It's definitely a testament to him. I'm not really sure if he's the greatest
Ripper Billy Watson.
Canadian.
Oh, please.
What about Alan Cole? He was pretty good. Remember him?
No.
What about Guy Lafleur?
You don't know.
Jeez.
Oh,
You're joking.
Was that a hockey player?
No, forget about it. Let's get him out. Make security get Don Callis out. I'm sick of him already.
Brody King laboring with two compromised hands and not a position he wants to be in with a athlete the caliber of Josh Alexander across the ring.
But Alexander not taking full advantage of that. The crowd getting in his head a little bit there, Don.
Well, we like to educate the crowd as well as our opponents.
That's true. That's true. You got it. You're building amazing stable. It's beyond good. It really is. I'm impressed. I really am.
Thank you, Taz. That's a great compliment from you.
You got any more guys down? You're going to need a bus to get to the arena.
Our own plane, I think.
You see $1 million earlier?
Million-man army. That's what we're building. That's what it's going to feel like. Rick Caponi.
You're a real swordsman.
There we go.
Look at this. Brody King, Josh Alexander just dueling with those chops. Alexander changes to a straight right to the jaw. Brody King, and Brody King taking over the top.
Yeah, strong vertical suplex on a big man. And I misspoke before. I said Alan Cole. I meant Bad News Alan, but he, early in his career, wrestled in Calgary, as you know, Don, but he's actually from New York. I always thought he was from Canada, then I thought, no, he's not. Who's from New York? Oh, my God. Who's on first?
Stop the pain.
Exactly. STP.
The crowd rallying behind Brody King here.
Ooh.
The point of the elbow, though, jarring that shoulder. Now the elbow work of Alexander. Oh, damn.
Alexander looking to further compromise that right hand. Brody King, an orthodox striker. He is right-handed. But he's got more weapons than that. Who will be the first to qualify to face Kenny Omega for the AEW International Championship 1 week from tonight? Will it be Brody King or will it be Josh Alexander? Over the last few moments, and it has looked more and more likely that Alexander may advance.
He's been staying on top of Brody King, but King back to a vertical base now, Taz.
Yeah, sure thing. And King pulled himself out of that armbar that Alexander had. Now he might to go for a German suplex, but breaking the grip is Brody. Maybe, oh boy. Wow. Right on top of the head on that German by Big King.
Suplex by Brody King, the lariat, but
Turn his arm.
yeah, that arm of the right arm of Brody King has been compromised by Josh Alexander and the steel ring post.
The left arm works pretty good. You see that?
Yeah. If the right doesn't get you, the left will.
I've got Josh Alexander way ahead on points, gentlemen.
There's no points happening, but you're right. If there was points, he definitely would be ahead on points. There's no points with that.
We just saw Brody King able to drive through with the left. And Excalibur, you've hit the nail on the head. King's arsenal's not limited to punches, clotheslines, and forearms.
Right now, there's an opportunity, maybe a window here, where Alexander's hurting. Just got yanked up by his headgear. Whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, you're not kidding. This is not good for your man, Don.
He just ripped off the
turnbuckle pad over the
Yeah.
turnbuckle, yes. And this is dangerous. It's a huge man. right
These
there,
are two very
Alexander.
large athletes that are standing on the tightrope as
No! I think that might be it. This might be the night that we look back and say it was the end of the legend of Brody King.
Well, listen, you pointed something out, the intelligence of Alexander and experience earlier, Donnie. You're right, because he did expose that steel turnbuckle to drive the arm down.
He put himself into a precarious position so that Brody would get cocky and open himself up.
Well, I think the one thing I'm glad for the last two times these men wrestled, it went to a draw tonight, no time limit, and both men are wrestling like the title shot is on the line next Wednesday.
we're taking our final break of the evening. We're going to stick with the action as long as it takes. As well, German suplex.
We may need to stop this.
Well, if Alexander, if he can get Brody in the ring, man, it's over. Because that German suplex hit really hard on the back of the head. Let's take a look here of this German suplex on the apron. You see that impact.
God.
And that shoulder, if it wasn't out of its joint, out of the ball and socket, it is now.
And also the side, the bigger a guy is when you suplex him on a hard surface like the outside of the ring, I should say the apron ring, the worse it is. If Brody wasn't so heavy, like he's such a thick guy, it might not have been as devastating.
Look at this. Josh Alexander with Brody King against the barricade. This is usually a hallmark of Brody King, but Alexander looking to employ it here tonight. Brody boots up into the face of Alexander. Oh,
This could be really bad for Mr. Alexander right here. Oh, God.
Brody looking to crush Alexander.
Man, nothing, no give, zero give.
And fans, I mentioned we took our final break of the evening. We are going to find out who advances to face Kenny Omega next week at Fyter Fest. Plus, we still will hear from the AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm, and the #1 contender, the CEO, Mercedes Moné.
There's no way Alexander's 100% after that crossbody into the guardrail, Don.
No, so absolutely not. Absolutely not. Might have broken a rib.
Could be.
That cracked his sternum. Oh, no!
Going home on the cannonball.
Yeah, very narrow escape there for Alexander, but an important one. And now looking for the ankle lock.
Now, the only thing with this is you haven't done a lot of work on the legs. You've been focused on arm. I might go for a Kimura, Taz.
Yeah, fair. But, otherwise it's a double wrist lock. But I like the ankle lock because the size of Brody's feet, a giant foot, it's easy to get a good grip, even though he lost it there.
But Brody using those
That is a
giant
great
feet
point.
to hammer on the side of the head of Josh Alexander. Alexander, though.
And that's all technique. I mean, Josh Alexander's a strong guy, but you don't get a guy Brody's size up on a backdrop without great technique.
And now he trapped the arm as he's trying to block. He trapped the other arm, but he can't get the grip. Now he's got it.
Well, Brody King, the arm
Here's a
capture.
bridge.
2 and no.
Josh didn't have that right leg underneath him, and that would have been a 3 count.
He's held it up too, yeah. Well, it was an ambitious suplex, trapping both arms on the guy of Brody. I respect what Josh did there when he tried. And he nailed it. Couldn't get the win, but definitely his head is split open.
I'm not sure if it's a laceration or if it's the nose. Brody King, he might have actually come down on Alexander's face.
Absolutely, and that's what could happen on a German. When done a certain way, the guy lands on your mush. But I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit of a hole above the eyebrow on the face of Alexander. What the hell is he doing here? Maybe a moonsault?
Alexander.
Oh!
The knees up from Brody King. Alexander overcommitting there. And now Brody the lariat.
Is it enough? That's the right arm. Is it enough?
And the blood continues to flow from Josh Alexander.
Gonzo Bomb!